Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to The Encourager, and my name is Neil. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribers, returning listeners, and we are going to do another, we're going to cover some more of the journal. And give me just one moment while I switch the lights. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Hope your day is going good. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I would not be the soldier that I am if I let the weekend go without honoring those men and women who have paid the ultimate price for the freedoms that you and I enjoy. I feel like I tell the same stories over and over again in some cases, especially as often as I am on here. And so, fortunately or unfortunately, life on the planet isn't moving as fast as I am through this journal, I guess. Yes, so I won't bore you with the story about my first employer out of the military, because you've heard that story many times. But yes, there are many people in this country, on this dirt, okay, that do not appreciate the men and women who voluntarily give their lives and write blank checks each and every day. Many of which right now are physically not with their families today. They're literally in another country fighting for our freedoms and the freedoms of our allies. So to not appreciate that, but yet you take advantage of the freedoms that freedom provides. Okay? There's no one outside your house with an AK every night. Okay? You have free commerce here. That individual happens to be a multimillionaire. He owns a business. Okay? So, yeah, I have zero tolerance for anyone who does not appreciate the men and women who, again, voluntarily give themselves each and every day for the freedoms that you and I enjoy. Okay? So, thank you, men and women. And it's not Veterans Day, but thank you to those who have served as well and are still with us. To those who have not and paid the ultimate price, some gave, all gave some gave all, right? To those who have paid the ultimate price, you are still being located, and the physical remains that we identified as you or were identified as you are being located and being brought home. So that's a good thing. And so even from back in World War II and things, where those remains are still being returned. So that's a beautiful thing. So we honor you, your families today, the sacrifices that they make, because if the service member is in the military, the family is in the military, whether that family is brothers, sisters, mothers, father, because you went in at 18, or if that's a wife and children because you've been in for 15 and 20 already, right? Or 8 or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. The whole family is in the military. It's not just the service member, right? It's a challenging thing to do, right? So thank you again to the families of those who paid the ultimate price. I am one who appreciates you for sure. All right, so let's try to see where we are here in our journal journey. Journal journey. Okay. I'm trying to remember myself. I probably should have listened to the end of the last reading or something before I press play. Oh, okay, okay, all right, so we have it here. So, And again, happy Sunday to you. Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning when I'm recording this. I think it's still morning. Oh, it's very early. It's 9. It's 9:26. I'm thinking it's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess that's what happens when I don't know. I woke up at 2 or something this morning. I guess tried to go back to sleep, but that didn't really work. So yes. So I believe we are here. This looks like a dream. Oh man, okay, here we go. So 5/20/23. Up here it's just I was trying to decipher what this was. So it was 5/19/23. Phone number for tree clearing. So someone called me about tree clearing, and this is the phone number. It was 315-3333. That was the company that called me. That was their phone number. 315-3333 with that area code, which is Volusia County in Florida. Okay? All right. So something about clearing out something, clearing out the debris, clearing out what's no longer needed, clearing out the dead wood. Bing! It just hit me. It just hit me. It just clearing out the dead wood. Somebody's penis isn't working correctly. False narrative. Fake stories that are used or told to appear factual. False narrative. I was getting these words. I was like looking these words up as I was getting them. These downloads. I was looking them up. False narrative. What's a false narrative? False narrative are fake stories, or false narratives are fake stories that are used to appear factual. How many of us have had false narratives told about us? Created, generated by karmic energies about us. Family members, friends, church members, sisters. When I mean sisters, I mean sisters of the church and brothers of the church. I mean that kind of sister. Or adopted sister. You know, brown people are infamous for growing their families through osmosis. Brown families are infamous for that. Like, everybody's our brother and sister and all of that. I'm not one of those people. But everybody's like, oh yeah, you're my brother. Everybody's like, yeah, we have that bad. Anyway, don't accept everybody. Again, you don't need everyone's help, just the right help. You don't need a lot of help, just the right help. Okay? There was a confirmation ding on my phone. An abomination, active night. Okay? So here's a dream. I am at a hotel venue and I'm with people I don't remember, but I am happy. Okay. Until I see Emmett. Emmett is the sperm donor's youngest brother. He lives in Deltona, again, in Volusia County, where 386 is the area code. Okay, so Emmett. All right. Walking back to the parking lot, I grab him and lift him over my head, but didn't slam him because he is handicapped, and which he is in truth, in real life. So he was born with a cervical or vertebrae issue, okay? And as a child, he's had many surgeries, and ironically, you want to talk about synchronicities? Ironically, Judy also has a brother that was born with a handicap, and it affects his walking, okay? And in fact, today, I believe he has an artificial leg today. and has for many, many years. He's had one for, I think he had one when we were children. Like, he's had one for a long time. So, again, another synchronicity. Sperm donor has a brother with a birth defect that's cervical. And excuse me, wow. And affects his walking. Okay? And it affected his growth as well. It affected his growth as well. Okay? And then Judy has a brother who's also affected from birth with this disorder in his I think his is in his legs. I don't think it's so much in his vertebrae, but it obviously affects his walking. All right? And so, yeah, very, very, very interesting. Right? So I evidently had mercy on him in the spirit for whatever reason, because he's handicapped. Okay? So he's involved in whatever's going on in my life in some regard, which I already knew. Okay? I walk away calling him a motherfucker. Huh. It says, then maybe at the same event. I'm not sure what that means. So we'll keep going. Oh, maybe at this. Oh, it keeps going. Oh, let's keep going. It keeps going. So maybe at the same event, I am going to, and again, this is a dream. I am going to a restroom, and it is nasty, right? With pee and puke on the floor. Oh, I go to pee and peed on some guy's shoe in the stall next to me. I wipe off his shoe and leave. Then, scene picks up at a different place I drove to, but my vehicle gets damaged somehow. Judy shows up. This is a very detailed dream. Judy shows up saying we have a Uber, but the lady driving is so short she can't see the steering wheel. She can't see the road. Okay, so Judy's definitely involved, obviously. Again, there's speculation about whether or not her and or Kevin are truly my biological parents. One of them I'm certain is not. Again, who that is, I don't know, and I just bit my lip a little bit. It was 1313. I just bit my lip. They really don't want this to get out. So with that, Judy is trusting someone who can barely see, who cannot even see over the steering wheel, and whatever she's doing, whatever she has going on in her life, whatever she's involved in, she still lives in Daytona, as far as I know, in a senior living building on Fairview in Daytona Beach. She still lives there, to my understanding. Okay, she is trusting someone, or has been trusting someone, who cannot see the road. They do not know where they're going. That's what this part of the dream is telling me. Okay, all right. And again, I haven't heard from her. What mother would not reach out to her son and want to know where he is and what's going on with him? Again, I use the word mother. What mother? All right, and again, I've reached out to her. Her sister, the sister who's older than her, passed on 10/22. I reached out to her, and all she said was thank you for the condolences, and that was it. Nothing else. Not where are you, not what are you doing, not I miss you, not when are you coming back, not okay, there's something to tell you, not okay, okay, there is something, there is family secret, okay, so there was something that happened when you were a child. Like nothing. No communication from her, no nothing. She's not blocked, no nothing. She's just, yeah, hiding stuff. Yeah, right? So, the lady can't see over the steering wheel, but somehow drive safely. So maybe you're gonna make it out. I wake up. As we are pulling out of the driveway, okay? So I'm not sure what that meant, or the last part of that, because me being in the vehicle with her, I'm not. Maybe there's a point at which we'll be reconnected, perhaps. Repentance has to come, in truth. But perhaps there's a point in time when, yeah, and maybe that could be also the interpretation of the driver who could not see. So I'm trusting my process and the road that I'm on, and maybe she's trusting hers. I don't know, right? She had a dream. She did have a dream. She told me about a dream. Oh. That reminds me. Let me tell this dream right now before I forget. Yesterday, I posted a video. For those of you who listened to that video, thank you. I know it's very long, but it was all about Kevin, and it was his birthday was this past week, and it was about him, and just a little more detail. I haven't talked really in detail about him in a year, so it was really about a detail about him and kind of his childhood and him growing up, some of the things that I really have never mentioned on the channel about him growing up and things that he dealt with and that sort of thing. And so that's what that video is on. So anyway, in that video, I meant to share this story, and I made a couple of errors, like speaking like with numbers and years and stuff like that, which I do. I just need to, I guess, learn to slow down, maybe. But I had a dream about him back in 2010, maybe a little later than that. It was after the FBI busted down the door and all of that in 2010. It was after that. So, or federal agents, whoever they were. So we were, and I started to tell the dream, and I forgot. And I got, again, sidetracked. That happens so often with me. Whenever I speak in public, I'm definitely going to have to write down little bullet note type things. I'm definitely going to have to do that. Because I will get going on stories and that to bring out a point, and then I jump off that track and onto another one. And they're all great, all good points or whatever, but I never get back to that story that I wanted to, that I started to tell and then stopped to tell another story. So anyway, right, as I give an example of that right now. So this dream, I look young, okay? And when I say young, I mean teenage, like 17 or something, probably 16, 17, something, probably, maybe younger than that. And several of the women who have been with him for 30 plus years, the main women who have been with him for 30 plus years, they were there. We were at a house, and we were all getting into one van. Everybody was dressed in Sunday's clothes, Sunday's best, if you say, the way that religious people dress and go to church. And I used to do it too. But then I got used to wearing shorts and t-shirt service. So I wear shorts and t-shirt too. So we get in this van. Everybody's dressed for Sunday service except for me. I am in my pajamas. Okay? I don't know why that is. At least not. When I had the dream, I did not know. I know what it means right now. Okay? So in this dream, we get into this van and we drive to this parking garage Now there are no other cars in this parking garage. Okay? So he parks the van, Kevin parks the van, and we get out. Now I have two siblings that are with me that I recognize. I don't know if I recognize them when we get in the van. I recognize them when we're walking back to the van in the parking garage. Excuse me, confirmation button. And so we're going to this parking garage and we're walking up the stairs. You know, parking garages are like all cement or whatever material that is. It's like solid brick, right? Type stuff, right? It's rare to find plastics and metals and all that sort of thing in parking garages. So, at least for the building itself. And so anyway, we're walking down this kind of spiral cement-like staircase that you would typically see. And all of a sudden, I look over and I see this black shadow off in short distance from us, okay? In the grass beyond the staircase where we are, because you could see outside. You know, if you can imagine, an airport have these types of stairwells lots of times in their parking garages where you could, you walk around the stairwell, it's spiral, but you know, you're still obviously exposed to the elements, right? You're not enclosed, okay? So this guy's sidewalk, whatever, this image, dark image. Then it changes. When we look back, we turn around, look back, and then suddenly we see the image come and get Kevin, okay? And then I'm standing over the balcony with him by the legs. So the image comes to get him. No, I'm sorry. I have that the wrong way, right? Suddenly, I am holding his legs over the balcony, or over the, whatever, of this ledge of this staircase, okay? And I'm yelling at him. I can't believe you. How did you do this? I'm just yelling at him, right? One of the things specifically that I said was, I can't believe you forfeited, or you something, $40 million. That's a very specific amount. It was 22.20 on the timer. $40 million. I can't believe it. And I'm holding him up, and he's like, I'm sorry. It reminds me of the, is it from the 5 Heartbeats? I think it's from the movie The 5 Heartbeats, when they're holding the guy over the balcony, right? I think that's what, at least there are many movies like that, but that's the one that comes to mind when I was just talking, okay? There was a music producer or something like that, I think is what that was. I think it was the 5 Heartbeats. I think. Anyway, so I have him over his balcony, and again, the ladies are there. Shanita is there, Christina is there, Janet is there, the woman that he's I believe legally married to now and has been since the early 90s. She's also the woman, since he's been incarcerated, that's taken the helm for doing witchcraft against me, or whatever, for hiding the inheritance that Odessa left me, or whatever it is that they're doing, whatever that is, right? They're responsible for that. She's heading all of that up now. The Queen Bee. Yeah, that B is not B-E-E. That Queen Bee is biatch. Right? That's what that Queen Bee is. So, and she's in her 70s, mid-70s, I believe. 74, 3, somewhere in there. Her name is Janet Lucas. Okay? And so, I let him go, okay? And I stand there for a minute and I let him go. And he falls to the ground. I look down, and that black shadow that was in the far distance comes over and takes him away. And as we're walking away back to the van, that black shadow is carrying him away, and we see that black shadow. All of us turn around and see that. Now, the two siblings that were with me were David and Jacqueline, and this is why they are significant. So David was to be the successor to the quote-unquote kingdom that this warlock polygamous minister had built. David was the first one, quote-unquote, born into the kingdom. I should stop saying quote-unquote. Born into the kingdom, as they called it. Okay? Into that system, into that program, into that cult. David was going to be crowned. Right? They didn't pick that name for nothing. So, ironically, I'm the eldest of 17. But again, he knew that wasn't me. He knew who I was before I was going to be born. He knew who I was. That's why he's been doing witchcraft since then. Right? So, interestingly enough, David and Jacqueline are also very young. They're like 6 and 7 years old. Okay? And so David was born, I believe, in 89. And so I am 15 years old, well, 14 and change older than David. Okay? And so he was maybe right around a year old, maybe a little more, when we moved to Florida. He might have been a little more than a year. Okay? From Illinois. Right? So, him and Jackie is the first feminine into that system. Okay? So, they were the kickoff for Gen 2. Okay? That's what we call ourselves, Gen 1 and Gen 2. So, you have a masculine energy represented in the youth, a feminine energy represented in youth. You have the truth represented. You have death represented. And you have a circle of witnesses represented. And I'm going to just read that right there. $40 million, people. $40 million. 5/20/23. I hope I remember. Oh, more specifics today. There were commercials being filmed, and I am dressed semi-formal. I remember some of the drive to the venue. I was done. Was this a funeral? Why is Judy there? That's interesting. Oh, that was something I had heard. Huntington Beach. I'm not sure. And then 7:15. Maybe that means something to you all. Most High knew I would be sharing this with you. So, all right. Universe knew. It is Christmas for me. Let's open gifts. And that's my sister, Judy's daughter, who is the epitome of the stereotypical brown woman in America. She's the stat. 8 kids, on welfare, minimum wage paying jobs her entire life, and just sits around and smokes weed and does other drugs. She's the epitome of that stereotypical. The reason why she is one of the reasons why brown women are looked at the way that brown women are looked at in these false stereotypes. That woman right there. That woman. Okay? Remembering in a vision, driving past her house and her mother's car, Josh's car. Oh, my left hand is tingling like crazy. And others are there. Help with the mortgage they moved in is the feeling I got. Well, we know what that's about. Scorpio, she might have had them move in with her in order to help her pay their mortgage or whatever. I don't know, but that's what that vision was. 5/21/23, dreams, visions. I'm at a property that I was just at in another vision the night before. I am stunned when the lady that drove me there said she was buying the property. She had me. What? Oh, she handed me handed out the information form. Not sure why. It's posted on a wall outside. Her hair was purple, so something about purple hair. Huh. Very interesting dream again. I'm not sure what that is. She had me fill out. That's an I and an LL. Holy cow. Okay. I am staying away. Some of you might have figured that out before I did. I am staying at someone's house for a wedding tomorrow. Very friendly family. Until my backpack goes missing. Okay. Helping. No one's interested in helping me find it. I roam around the house and looking in rooms. I don't remember actually going to the wedding, which is interesting. Okay. Ooh. So, okay. So, house I've never been in, looking for a backpack, because what do you use a backpack for? You use a backpack to go, why do you need a backpack? Because you plan on leaving. When you plan on leaving, you pack things up. Okay? And you're not going just down the street. When you take a backpack, you plan on leaving for some time, right? You could put enough in a backpack to be gone forever, could you not? Okay? So, looking around for something because you're ready to leave, but no one's helping you find what that is. So, I'm going to speak on this in regards to what divine masculines and divine feminines have been going through, okay? So, there is a piece to this puzzle that someone has, more than one, some people have, that are not being shared. So someone knows where the fucking backpack is, but someone's not saying anything. Does that make sense? Okay, so someone's sitting there with a key to help you get in, but they're not going to give you the key. Ain't that some shit? That's what that dream tells me. Okay? So for us, it's okay though. They're going to be forced to give it up. Confirmation with the birds. They're going to be forced to give it up. Right? So Jamie Foxx gave me a coat to wear. Okay. He is surprised that it fits me. I show him how fit I am by taking the coat and shirt off. And I say, this is 48. That's kind of funny. That's hilarious. I was 48 when I had that dream. That's kind of funny. Oh, so something. Oh, the house. So I believe the property was in DeLand, whatever that property was. Okay, here's another dream revision. Matthew Jerome Campbell was murdered. Confirmation, I just got a text message. What does this text message say? It says something about a championship, so we're winning. That was a confirmation and right on time. Thank you, universe. My third eye is like bubbling, like it was not suicide. Dream showed us talking and him walking away from me, and immediately a dog starts growling, and someone tells the dog no, but it attacks Matt anyway. Okay? As a large cat or panther cougar. So that's a woman. That's a woman. So a woman in her mask. Oh man, I'm breaking this down, baby. Break it down for me, universe. Break it down. Break it down. So there is a woman who is the reason for Matt's passing. It's possible they had life insurance policies on him, and they cashed him in. He was incarcerated since 2002. He only passed in 2021. That's a long time to be in jail to not be able to look up your social security number, see how people have been using your social security. That's a lot of time for people to have that. Confirmation, I just got another text message or message. Confirmation, that is a lot of time for somebody to do a lot of fuck shit to you and use your information because you're incarcerated. He has no children, never married. So this masculine energy, okay, a dog represents loyalty, decides that they're going to turn on Matt. And they're going to do this to him. I have this dream written down here, Judy, you sorry ass. Kevin, whoever else. Sharmo, Emmett, whoever. Think you're getting away with something. Pay now or pay later. For you, it's going to be pay now and later. Now and later. Somebody likes now laters. And it's funny to say now laters because that's how you say now laters. You want some now laters? That sounds funny to say when they're now and laters. That's the name of the kid. Also, met with a large man and someone else at a diner. Not clear on the short conversation. Ecclesiastes 3:13, Mark 9:9, and the Book of Thomas. You guys could certainly probably want to look those up. Those were important to me at that time. They probably are today too. We're only a year away out from these dreams. Meaning we had them a year ago. 5/24/23. This is also the sperm donor's birthday. Okay, last year when he turned 66. Judy Marie, yep, her, is an enemy or foe. She denies being present when Kevin held a gun to me and told me, or threatened me with a gun and told me that he would shoot me in the knees if I ever threatened him again because he took my wife and daughter. Okay? Not because I did anything wrong, but he took. You want to know what a narcissist looks like? A narcissist is an ass that gets mad at you when they've done wrong. That's a narcissist. That's a dumbass. And an evil ass. You might want to get away from that person. So he's getting mad at me because I'm coming back from the military. I'm in the military overseas. He takes her, him and his concubines, do witchcraft, convince her to be a part of their occult. And he's coming at me with a gun, threatening me because I told him that I was going to blow that house up with him and those women in it. He threatens me, who he did wrong against. I'm saying this over and over again, hoping that it's going to click and make sense to me, but the equation always comes up question mark. The answer to the left, or right, is a question mark. It always comes up question mark. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. Why are you getting mad at me? You took my wife. I didn't take your wives. In fact, he told us as we were growing up, we couldn't have them. Only he could live that lifestyle. And those women belong to him. So we can't have any of his women. He told us that. Right? He told the guys that. Right? So, my throat is like ridiculous. My throat is like, and it feels sore, but it's not. But it feels that way. If that's not a throat chakra, I don't know what is. Throat chakra attack. I was at an event. Okay, so there's something about going to some event. There's something about some event. Maybe I'm going to be invited somewhere. I'm good for a suit and tie. I'm good for black and white or black tie, whatever. I'm definitely a mingler. I like that type of social environment. I like that. 5/27/23, one bullet. Dirt and dust. Nothing more. I should. Something about crawling. I'm not sure. The long search. Oh, okay. I'm writing something. I let it go. I just can't anymore. Okay, so this is something evidently that I was feeling. So let me see. Dirt and dust. I was trying to make sense of it. Dirt and dust. Nothing more. I should be made to crawl along such. As a dog, I collapse. I let it go. I just can't anymore. I've begged, I've cried out, I'm weak, I am weary, shriveling. Oh, Oh, rice and oatmeal, because at the time that's all I had to eat. That's all I had to eat back then. Because they were doing witchcraft on my money. So I had no more clients. Everything had dried up. Business was shut down because of smear campaigns and all that, witchcraft and all that. I had nothing. Nothing. Literally, me and Sadie were eating rice. Yeah. And it's not even good to give your dog grain. But that's where I was at this point in time. 5/27/23. That's where I was. Okay? Love isn't enough. Okay? I learned that a long time ago. Long time ago. It was something I feel like there was another dream or something I was going to share, but I mean, that I'm remembering, not that's in the book. So we'll finish up this page, and then we'll call it a day, shall we? At least for this. 1 Samuel something, Mark something, 5:28:23. Nap. I was taking a nap, evidently, from meditating, probably. Excuse me. Confirmation burps. Same remote to the 2000. Oh, so same remote to the 2007 S550 unlocks a Maybach. I was pressing the panic button and walked past it first, looking for the S550. I like a Maybach. You like a Maybach? I like a Maybach. You like a Maybach? Or it's Maybach, I'm sorry. You like a Maybach? I like a Maybach. You like a Maybach? I like a Maybach. So, nighttime dream. At a party with her, and I am in others. And I'm guessing the her is a Scorpio. Is the Scorpio? I'm not sure. We leave in separate vehicles, okay. I ride. Oh, Ian and others. I was like, I am. Ian. Oh, Ian is her son, her eldest son, okay. He deals with PTSD from the military and things. And probably some other medical conditions caused by whoever the polygamist, or it might be polygamist, I said polygamist, whoever the pedophile pastor is that she was with, Robert Mitchell or whatever his name is in Deltona, right? I understand that he messed with her and that guy who was, and where's his name? You saw his name in here. His name is Joshua. You saw his name in here. I can't find it, but we just saw it. His name is Joshua Badillo. Okay. But he was, that guy. She was at that church for years. I think 15 years, if I'm not mistaken, while he was messing with her children. Or at least Ian. True story. Okay. From what I understand, I don't know if this is true again. This is her story. He was so traumatized that he actually left and went into the military, which he was deployed and all that sort of thing, and so it just really compounded the trauma without getting any sort of care or have any type of healing before going into the military. Okay? So that's her son Ian. Right? I wake up as we leave the parking lot. Oh, I ride with Ian and Daphne and someone else. Okay. 5:30:23, active last night. First one, in a large house or hotel with Thomas members. I follow behind Emmett to a room where others are gathered, and I see Kevin is in the room. The door is slammed in my face to prevent me from entering. I run out of the house while someone comes after me trying to apologize. Tyra and Tyrone, they are brothers and sisters. Tyra is the youngest sister of the sperm donor, and Tyrone is the brother under the sperm donor, okay? And age-wise, okay? So Tyra and Tyrone were definitely there as well. Ironically, before I relocated to Florida, I have not talked to her in 10 plus years. Okay, 10 plus years. This Auntie Tyra, who is 9 months older than I am, so she's more like a cousin. She's not an aunt. Like, we were in the same school. She was a grade ahead of me. And that was only because of my birthday's in November. So I started, like, in Illinois, you had to start, like, the following year. You could not start that something weird like that. Or anyway. So, yeah, right? Otherwise, we'd be in the same grade. But she's just didn't acknowledge us as children. We had to walk past their house every day in the wintertime for years. And we walked 1 mile from the projects to Lockport to Fairmont Elementary. They would not offer us a ride. I'm talking about my grandmother and grandfather, people. We would walk past their house every day. You are in school for 9 months. Every school year. I don't think that's a conspiracy, personally. Right? So, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Nehru. If you would like to correspond with me, you can do so. My email address is theencourager333@gmail.com. Any other social media links or accounts that I am associated with will be included in the information section. Facebook, I am Nehru Patah. On LinkedIn, you can find me by searching for The Encourager. You can also find me by searching my middle name, Nehru. If you've seen any of the other previous videos, or if you listen closely, you've probably picked up on my first and last name already. So you can certainly find me that way. Where else? X, I am, formerly Twitter, I am Nehru Patah. On Instagram, IG, I am The Encourager333. Right? Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. And again, to our subscribers, we are at 90 subscribers. Okay? It's wonderful to think that I say something that's interesting enough for 90 people to want to listen to it. And yes, I do understand that, some people are listening for erroneous reasons. Erroneous reasons. So something's erroneous. And so, yeah. Let's do a card. Let's pull a card. See what comes out. Just one. For all of us. See where we are. See what universe shows us. Whatever comes out on the first, whatever. Right? So if 5 come out, I'll show you all 5. If 1 comes out, it's just 1. Okay? Let's do it that way. Again, hope you all are enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. One came out. Your Memorial Day weekend, and you are maybe going to have fun. I am typically a griller. I enjoy that. I like seasoning and then sauces and marinades, and I like that sort of thing. I like the creation part of it, and to me, that's the ingredients. The meat and all of that, that's great, but what goes into it is really what changes it. It's great to get when it's all, you have a nice marble on a meat and all of that. That's great, right? But I like playing with the seasonings and spices, and I like doing that sort of thing. So, whatever you're up to today, I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, hope it's good for you. Okay. So, Two of Wands, contemplation. We see the world, and we see it differently. Okay? And so as we look at the world, right, see, again, always the light behind her there. So, as we look out at the world, and I'm doing this more and more from a high perspective, from a higher perspective, okay? As I do this, I began to see things. I was listening to a song this morning that dropped in. It was In the Mood. In fact, I posted a short about it. And when I was watching the people, the men, it's a song by the Whispers, by the way. This is what I do to get you in the mood. Baby, I do it all to get you in the mood. Right? This is what I do to get you in the mood. So yeah. Wherever the world is taking us, and I say world, I mean universe, right? Because we have free will, and yet we don't. And again, that's also something that I'm learning more of. Okay, we really, that free will thing is kind of, I don't know. I just draw more and more questions about it each and every day. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Nehru. This is The Encourager. We are here to help us become our highest, purest, truest versions of ourselves possible. I do that through unconditional love, through karma, being karma, and through being exposure to the karmic energies that come for us and that try to dampen the collective and the reasons for which we are here to raise the vibration of the earth. Okay? Thank you so much as always, and be encouraged.